What is up, everybody? Happy Friday. You are tuned in to the non-corporate network. You're watching Entreprenews. Does that logo look familiar? You guys see it up there? This is a combination of CNBC, ESPN, with a little sprinkle of something special from myself and Dustin over here. You want to tell them about the format a little bit?
Yeah, so basically, Entreprenews, we look at the top 6 trending business headlines and just debate them for 3 minutes. My perspective is usually a little bit more clear, a little better usually, but
See, we're going to have to get a poll up there, Colton, because I strongly disagree with that, as I do with many of your opinions, Dustin. So, yeah, but with that being said, I'm about ready to dive into our first story here. We're looking at Facebook. They've launched a new feature to shrink your footprint from a data perspective. Essentially, what they're allowing you to do now is to mass and bulk delete stuff from years ago. This trend of digging up past social posts is something that has given a lot of backlash. And, it's interesting because the only way to go back to delete your post from 2001 is to go and scroll all the way back. So what do you think about being able to mass delete the data? Is that something that's positive? Is that a good step in the right direction?
I mean, it's, it goes back to think before you speak or think before you post. Like, are you going to want people to see that 10 years from now? I mean, Facebook makes its money based off of you posting, and the more posts there are, it gives people a way to consume content, which then advertisers come in. So, I mean, it's a huge play in their revenue. And to me, it's like, you signed up, you check the user agreement saying you agree with their policy. Once you post, it becomes their content. So, I mean, I don't know. I think, it's cool for the human rights, I guess, side of it. But I mean, they're a business. They got to still make money somehow. So if more and more people are deleting, they have less content. So you're going to have less consumption. I think they should just keep it how it was.
I'm for the people here as per usual. And so I look at this and I think a couple of things. One, just so I can familiarize you guys, Facebook employs contract workers to review content and decide if it is deemed worthy to be posted on Facebook. Generally, if you're posting something normal, it's not going to be flagged, but there are thousands of people employed by Facebook that are literally combing through content and deciding if this is something that should be allowed to be posted. So I think we're already infringing on First Amendment rights. As you mentioned, being able to delete stuff doesn't necessarily mean it's deleted from the platform. It just means it's deleted from you being able to see it. So, I mean, I think there's still a lot of work to go. Obviously, Facebook's trying to do things to make people feel more at ease in terms of the data privacy conversation. I mean, they still got a lot of work to do after the Cambridge Analytica thing. So I think that at least they're showing that they care about that side of the conversation, and they're trying to make adjustments. But it's tricky because, the governing body of Facebook is owned by Facebook, and so the policies that Facebook stands for are the things that they're going to police when it comes to the content posting.
Yeah, I mean, it might be one of those things where, as you mentioned, they've had a lot of negative publicity when it comes to data and how they hold people's data. So I mean, it's probably one of those things where it sounds good, but 99.9% of people are probably not even going to take action. I mean, it takes time out of their day. It's like, I want to be able to delete it. Okay, here you go. I got too busy. I don't delete it. So it's probably more of a PR thing, and they know that people aren't going to take the time to actually delete it. It just makes them feel good.
Yeah, exactly. And then the stock price goes up. Moving on to our next story, Instagram. So staying in the Facebook world, Instagram is been receiving some backlash about having 10,000 followers in order to be able to post a swipe up. There's a lot of people that are up in arms about, especially with the virality of the Black Lives Matters movement and, the good things that have come from being able to share those links. People are pushing to say, hey, a lot of people that have 10,000 followers, most of those followers are fake and they get to do this, but I don't, and I followed the rules. I mean, I get that kind of ethos, but what are your thoughts? Should we let everybody have swipe up, or is it something that should still be a premium feature?
I mean, I think it should be a premium feature. I mean, there's always if you're going to do in the story, just type out link in bio. Boom. I mean, that's how easy it is. I mean, I think, granted, as you mentioned, a lot of the followers that come with that 10K are probably bots or fake, whatever it may be. There's still a lot of people that are pumping out content to get to that 10K. I think it's a smart move to try and incentivize content creators to keep producing because they want to get to that 10K to have the swipe up feature. So as people are producing more, it puts more content on their platform, which then it gives people more content to look at. So then you have just time on the app go up quite a bit. I mean, that basically plays into how they make money. The more content there is, similar to Facebook. I mean, Facebook owns Instagram.
Link in bio doesn't work, Dustin. We all know that. Link in bio doesn't work. You swipe up, it's a native thing into your website. You're staying inside the app. It increases the usage. I agree, but I think that it's going to promote more usage if you're giving people the ability to swipe up. I'm not going to go to somebody's page because they put link in bio in the comments. I think that's almost gimmicky. So, I mean, I hear you on incentivizing content creators, but I believe that just seeing the kind of raw virality and positives that have come from being able to share that, if you don't have 10,000 followers, you can still do a swipe up to IGTV if you link it. So it's not like they're stopping you from doing any kind of swipe up. It's specifically to websites.
There you go.
Let the people be heard, Dustin.
Give your 2 cents on what the article is. Come out with an IGTV and boom, you got the swipe up. Like, why do you need the swipe up if quit being lazy? But give your 2 cents. Don't say, oh, look at this cool story that's probably gonna be fake news anyway. So like, why not give your 2 cents and post an IGTV? I think I don't know. To me, it's like I don't like paying as much for groceries at Walmart, so I say let's lower the price. I mean, it's. Yeah. They gotta run a business, and these little things, like I said, help incentivize people to actually use the platform more.
If they're gonna beat TikTok, they gotta do things that are better than TikTok. And if everybody has been sitting there going, "Oh, it's been 5 years on Instagram, and I'm still at 9,546 followers away from 10K. I'm never gonna get there." That's not going to necessarily promote them to want to continue to post anyway, you know?
Well, work harder to get more followers.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Moving into our Triple P story. So we've talked a lot about the payment protection program and the small business loans that were issued over the last few months. And, a lot of small business owners were up in arms because it seemed like they were kind of being sold something that was too good to be true. After receiving the loans on an average of $72,000 per loan, over 2 million loans issued, small business owners realized that only about 75% or 25% of the loan could be used on things outside of payroll, and they only had a very finite amount of time to be able to use that money. And so it almost seemed like a wash that, okay, I can't pay my mortgage or I can't pay my rent, and I can only pay employees for 6 weeks or whatever. I think it was 8 weeks that they had to use it.